How you guys doing today? That's good. So today I want to make a very special video of which I've just been watching and like reading and studying, learning about the lore and stuff about all about berserk and sorry, all about berserk, and it's probably one of my favorites, like mangas of all time. Okay, hold on. There you go. All right. Sorry. Um, it's like one of my favorites so far. Of all time, because how the story and all that stuff is like unfolding, and I love how the main dude Guts, how he's just a regular dude, despite all despite all odds, he still kept going. He still keep on fighting. And the thing is, he went through so much. Like he makes his origin story. He makes everyone look like makes Harry Potter and everyone else's origin story look like pushovers in comparison to his origin story. Because my God, it's so horrible how he went through. That being said, I also do think I also love like Griffith. I find him as a very interesting character. How he could be like very sweet and very kind at one point, and then just an absolute psychopath at the other. And also he could be very a calculating, like intelligent dude. Which is the writing was really good. Like I actually was really impressed. Like some of the characters and stuff was really good. Um, I think one of my favorite adaptations from the manga was the 1997 Berserk. I think that one's a masterpiece. When it came to like make it a good adaptation. It definitely does have issues though. Like for instance, it's very cheap when it came to the animation wise, but I didn't really mind it. Could have been if it had a reboot whatever, or like a remaster, like it improved certain the animation of it. I wouldn't really mind. That'd be pretty cool. But anyways, all the rest of them just seems like okay or just really bad. Like for instance, they made the continuation of it, which is the 2016 one. Oof, oof. It was really bad. Like the animation, like the way they did with it, it just sucks that yeah, it just sucks that the animation is trash. Ugh, it's like a huge kick in the balls. But whatever. We can't do much about it. But like, just accept that's all we're gonna be getting now. Um, and then also, another thing is the movies that they did. They made like how many? Like four movies of the Berserk. But the thing is, like, they cut out so much shit in it to the point where it just felt like a recap, more like an actual movie. And that's what it felt like. It felt like it was almost. It actually reminded me a lot like Puppet Master Legacy. How the whole movie was literally just like a recap, basically. Like that's all it was to me. Like I'm not saying the animation or the voice acting wasn't good. Like it actually did improve and stuff. However, the story wise, it just chipped off of it. Just like they caught the good stuff in it, which is such a shame. But whatever. Um, I do think it's a shame that they don't even bother covering every little bits of the manga, like Lad and stuff, and like the Lost Children arc. I understand why, and I understand that those are just feel like fillers, or they're just like shock value stuff, or like edgy stuff. But I still think it's really crucial with Guts' character. Um, it also shows the like when it came to his state of mind and all that stuff, and it came to like his second encounter with Lad, and it came to like, the idea of like he's literally slaughtering those like the thing he doesn't want to slaughter. And I don't want to give spoilers, but if anyone knows the Lost Children arc, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Um, But I'm not. However, but I did like really love the apostles, the God Hand lore and stuff. I find that's really interesting and stuff. Um, and then also I read also the OG, the original manga of Berserk, where Guts had an eye patch and stuff. His mom was killed, and not the whole origin story that we got in the Golden Age arc. Um, so yeah, that was really interesting. Um, and then I also love the Berserker armor. I found that was really cool too. How like it's just like a mech suit, but like as the Hulk, but you like have the strength of the Hulk basically, but like it goes beyond your human limits. So when you're literally destroying like buildings, basically, it breaks all your muscles and bones and stuff. It doesn't heal you; it just keeps you together. Like that's a good idea. It just shows that there's limitations and stuff. There's like it just shows that's like it's a double-edged sword type ordeal. Like it's good for the, you know, defeat enemies, but it also costs a lot of your body and stuff. And so I really love that. Um, and then I also really like certain of the characters like Casca. In the beginning, I didn't really like her as much. I find her just too bitchy and all that stuff, just kind of annoying. But then after I learned from her origin and stuff, I kind of get her side. Like you kind of really get her like mentally, and like she felt very cultish the way she was talking about Griffith and stuff. Which I'm not surprised because that's Griffiths. He only cares about his own to achieve his dream and stuff. And I'm not saying he's like selfish or anything like that. He doesn't care about his people, because he definitely does care about his comrades, because he literally sells his own body to for sex, so he get the money, so he help, so that way he won't risk more of his troops and stuff. And also he literally sacrifices life multiple times, specific groups of people he cares about. Um, Despite what he says in the Golden Age arc, while Guts is right there, I still feel like it's him. Just what's that word? He's just saying that just to approve Princess Charlotte and stuff, so he can win her over type ordeal. He's all fancy pantsy type ordeal. But I also love Zod and the Skull Knight characters and stuff. I find them really cool characters. Um, I will say I'm not ignoring about all the controversies and all the people have issues with Berserk. I completely understand those. A lot of Berserk fans are like, roll their eyes and say fuck off to the people who are like criticizing Berserk. For me, I'm looking at it as like tough love. Like I want to see like a good perspective on like criticism and stuff. So after this video, if you guys want to bring your own discussion, like what's your thoughts on it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Give me a reason why. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I like the newer mangas so far that the guy's taken over, considering Miriyar, whatever his name is. Bless his heart though, he passed away and stuff. And I do admit that the fact that he has his own company and he does all of it by himself, either he has a fuck ton of crew who pays to do nothing. At least that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's true. The fact that if that's like, come on, bro. Is that why it takes you that fucking long? Is because you're trying so hard. You trying to make everything perfecto all by yourself. It's like, come on, dude. You got your own crew. You don't need to do all that anymore. Come on, boy. You know to sacrifice your own sanity. But and also I'm not. And also, a lot of people was criticizing how like the newer mangas are more like like a basic fantasy, like a cause and like full of lollies and stuff characters, and a lot of and the reason why is because he's mainly now in the back then he used to be inspired of like Japan like news tragedies and stuff, but now he's inspired by like lolly like anime shit, like little children, like being wizards and shit. And I'm like, oh okay. I mean that kind of makes sense when you look at it, but I do think that uh, Berserk can be if it have a good adaptation. It needs a good adaptation. Like one more time. Just come on. Stop messing this up. Please. I'm begging you. I'm thinking someone should take this story and then make it to like a live action. Hear me out. I know that I'm very aware that every freaking anime has been just destroyed by so many live actions. Like, so many adaptations are just trash. Get out of my face. Like, so many. There's one adaptation that actually did pretty well was One Piece. I haven't seen it. I just heard people liked it. A lot of people enjoyed it. So I think it's a good time and a good opportunity to shine the light and actually make a good adaptation. Do I think it should be a movie series or a TV show series? I feel like it should be like a TV show series. Since it started off that, so we might as well just do it that. But if it was a movie franchise, it should be like, I feel like it should be like Lord of the Rings, like, style to it, where it's like 3 hours long. I know everyone's gonna be like, roll their eyes, like, fuck me. No, Eddie, we're not doing that. Our ass is gonna hurt like hell. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I love Lord of the Rings. I love that it's long as fuck because it's good. Where it shows all the lore and stuff. It starts at the beginning and it has a happy ending to it. But you know, there's another one where you could just continue off. Yeah, do it like what? Yeah, same. Berserk can do that. It's possible they can do that. Miranora, whatever his name is, done that with each manga. They're so fucking long. I also do think it'd be cool to add, if they're gonna do the adaptation, they should grab some of the View Games adaptations of it, because they sometimes do their own thing that says that's like other stories, not based on the manga. So that'd be pretty cool to add those. I also do think it'd be a cool idea if they expand the lore with like the apostles. So if apostles can like infect other humans and other life forms and plants and shit and like twist them and bend them and then make them into these monsters, do any forms they think it'd be cool for them to look like? Like for instance, this fairy thing or the apostle fairy like turn a couple of adults into like these insects like monsters. Or like this one apostle who turned a couple of priests have angel rings and stuff and make them as like, you know, demon looking dudes. Or turn a man wearing a goat head. He's literally a demon goat now. Like, yeah, I wonder how. So if they could just affect them by just like literally inject them with some kind of venom, then what happens if you eat an apostle? What happens if you drink the blood of an apostle? Does that mean you could turn into other monsters? Yeah, that'd be a cool idea. I like to see that explored. And then also, I like to see some more explore for Void and like the other God Hand members. That'd be pretty cool. See their origin stories and stuff. Because we got like Grumbuild origin story, which is like it's cool and all, but I don't really care about I don't give a fuck about Grumbuild. I care about the God Hand, or at least Void. I like Void. Probably one of my favorite characters ever. And then also, I really would like to see the more of the lore of the Skull Knight, of how he came to be and stuff. It'd be really cool, like that kind of story, and tied in with Zod and stuff, because they obviously have some kind of connection with them. Like either they're actually one person, kind of like Street Fighter shit, or not Street Fighter, sorry, Fight Club, where Brad Pitt is basically Skull Knight, and then the real dude is Zod, and they're both fighting each other. So that's why Zod don't die as easily, is because this is actually he's fighting his own subconscious. Which that alone, that sounds like a cool idea, but that's just a theory I heard. It could be separate and stuff. Who knows? And that's why Skull Knight needs guts, is because he's the only one who can actually hurt him, who can actually kill Zod. That would be cool. That'd be a very cool idea, but we'll have to see what they'll do with it. But if they're gonna make a live action adaptation, I feel that CGI is just too easy to do. I feel like practical effects and like really badass stop motion, could we have the technology to improve the effects and make them look good, like look very realistic and stuff. And then it can't be like this overly, like this grand spectacle like Berserk. Like, no, that's not what Berserk is about. It's a simple, like almost like the way that people explain this to certain videos and stuff, what Berserk is like, how the tone is, it's actually remind me a lot of the Hateful Eight. And if they combine like the like really grim the medieval times, like Gladiator, like that would be awesome if they did something like work that type of adaptation, like that kind of tone, that type of style of it. And the acting needs to be like absolutely glorious, and they look the part too. I'm thinking for Guts, I think Henry Cavill would be perfect for that role, because I see him like he can act like, and he looks the part too. Like I don't know for child actors for Guts, like for little boys, little kids for Guts, little boy Guts. I don't know. We'll see what they'll do with it. And then who's that one lady who played Catwoman from Batman, the newest one? I think she'd be perfect to play as Casca, because yeah, she looks the part, but her acting is really good in that role and stuff. I think she did an awesome job. I don't know for Griffith, because Griffith is a really hard one, because he's a beautiful dude, like he's gorgeous. So he's like has this angelic look to him, almost like elf-like. So I don't know what actor that will like a dude that would fit that. But we'll see. I think the actor who could play Zod is easily is the actor who played Mar from Sin City. Look up the actor's name and you get why. Because he has that build and he has that voice. Like if he could do a deeper demonic voice, oh, mwah, mwah, it'd be beautiful, magnifico. For Ganeshka, I think it should be that one actor who played Captain Nemo from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Cause I feel like he has that. He could be that intimidation, that like evil villain. Like that'd be really cool too. And I love like Hinduism lore, like the Hindu religion and stuff. So I really would love to see that. And I also love to get like an Indian director that did some like really good movies and like did the scenes with those. Like that would be really cool. Get a perspective of different cultures and stuff. Like that'd be a really cool idea. I also think like the gore effects should not be CGI. I think it needs to be practical effects. It needs to be practical effects. Like basically like Quentin Tarantino like practical effects, or like fuck. What other ones that has a really good realistic practical effects? But yeah, you know you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I do think that. I also do think the manga, like some of the writing of it, it's like a bit, like the newer ones at least, like how they cure Casca and stuff is really. A lot of people criticize it of like how it's kind of dumb, or kind of lazy. That's like, oh, magic cure her, bam, she cured, and all that stuff. And then for me, I can get that actually, because the whole show, or the whole, at least for Golden Age, and like even the first one was very realistic and stuff. The only thing that wasn't was just like he has a fairy as his best friend, Puck, who he was a really cool character. Who I think it'd be cool to see Pippin, the actor who played Pippin, to play as Puck, because I could totally see because he has that gentle voice, and he has that gentle like boyish face type ordeal. I know he's an older guy now, but it'd be still pretty cool to see him as Puck and stuff. But we'll see. Um, I also do think, yeah, some of the writing of it needs to be improved. Like for instance, a lot of people hate the the Lost Children arc because it literally has nothing to do with the main plot of for Berserk, where Guts is trying to find the God Hand, or at least trying to fight the God Hand, or trying to kill Fento or Griffith. Um, so I feel like they need to have a connection with that. They need to have a motivation. Because if you just go to town fighting apostle, that's fine. But it would just be feel like filler, or feel like sidetrack story, rather than like an actual like a plot that he needs. Like and also another thing, like they have like these prostitutes in the conviction arc where they're very sweet and stuff. They're really cool, and they even took care of Casca and stuff. And I wish they kind of brought them, give them something to work with in the future mangas. But instead, they had like these whole other characters. They're like pretty awful. Like they straight up burn people, and then they have like try to have a redeeming arc and stuff. And it's like that's cool and all, but it's like it's kind of messed up. It's kind of like the equivalent of the what's that one priest dude from Notre Dame, the priest dude, the creepy priest dude who's saying Hellfire. Yeah, like you know what I mean. That one freaking dude. Yeah, it's like the equivalent of making him as a hero. It's like it's just weird. Anywho, so it'd be really cool if they do like after the conviction arc, the prostitute ladies want to go with Guts because Guts is the only one that knows how to deal with all this crazy shit around them, and they promise him they'll take care of Casca in exchange that he'll take them to a safer place to live, or a habitable place to live and stuff. So yeah, it'd be cool, so they did, and they head over there, and then when Griffith went to the funeral or the grave, whatever, yeah, that whole thing started, but the prostitutes all confused, and even Rickett were there and stuff, and then Zod and all the whatever the hell that arc is called, where they all fight. You see Guts and Zod fighting in the Band of the Hawk grave. Yeah. However, the cave orcs troll, whatever the fuck that caves thing called, wasn't destroyed. Instead, it was just the house was just smashed. The cabin was just smashed and stuff. And so now Zod just deuces and leave all that stuff. So the cave is safe. And so now they could just stay there. However, Guts is fucking pissed to the point it's just driven with rage. It just almost like like a demon, just filled with so much wrath. And then, but the prostitutes are there and they're taking care of her. So like months, even years, like it's just they've been taking care of her and stuff, and slowly but surely, they're literally curing her sanity. Like, oh, it'd be so beautiful. Like, it'd be especially they're rebuilding the house and stuff. They're rebuilding everything. While Guts, on the other hand, he's fighting his own demon. Like, he's literally so pissed. And it's just driven with so much rage, he can't even breathe. Almost like a werewolf that's like he's trying his best to cage it. But he can't. And this wolf you see this black wolf, is the embodiment of his hatred, confront him for the first time. And tell him that you can't have these people around you. You need to get rid of him. Like, that's basically what he's saying. He's saying basically what and Berserker Armor says. Tell him, let go of everything. Like, he's basically saying that. Let go to all of them. They're all holding you back. It's like, oh, because that'd be poetic. That's perfect, because that's what hatred really is. Like, yeah, you'll kill Griffith, but that wouldn't stop. You will have to kill everyone to finally be at peace. Because that's how hatred is. Hatred just will not stop. It just will not end. Like, yeah, that's how it is. And then so it'd be really cool is Guts like is so pissy around everyone that he almost lashed out on people. He just cannot contain it. He's just trying his best to be left alone, but people just keep on prodding him, and so that's why he just lashed out. It's because like a big symbolism of fuck off, leave me alone, type ordeal. And even like when Casa's like finally is cured and finally got better, start talking to him and stuff, and like, you know, trying to see how is he doing. Brought food and stuff and all that. But that wolf keep telling him, she's only dragging you down. Your goal is revenge. Your goal is to kill Griffith. Like, basically just keep dragging him on and on and on. To the point that he's just blinded with rage and just anger and just violence. To the point he's like a fucking werewolf, like a beast. Like, you see him just filled with so much hate. And when she saw that face of hers, like when he's all that filled with that rage, it triggered that PTSD of her when he saw him like that, when he saw Griffith like in the dungeon. Like, that'd be so poetic. Like, oh, mwah, it'd be beautiful. And so Guts straight up end up attacking her. Like in the one, so instead of it was all because he was tired, no, it was just filled with all that rage, all that build-up frustration, all this tent. Like, he finally just let it out and finally unleashed. He can't control it anymore. So now the wolf is like in control now of the situation. And so now he's literally he's almost raping her, and almost trying to kill her. But he finally snapped out of it because when he saw her like all powerless and naked it just triggered him PTSD. That, oh my god, I am literally doing what the fuck Griffith was doing. He didn't, like in the manga, like it shows all that stuff what the wolf was doing. He didn't actually hurt her per se, but he didn't do all that, all that stuff, but he did hurt her though. So he's just absolutely ashamed of himself. He hates himself now. And Casca, she's absolutely traumatized. She's like, what the fuck? Now she hates him now. Now she despises him. She's like, you want? Fuck you then. Be that way. Be a cunt, basically. And just absolutely just fucking, yeah. But she's actually crying. She's actually just so, like, absolutely, like, just traumatized because it's happening all over again. And so, Puck is noticing this, and he's noticing this demon he's fighting, and so he has an idea. So if you have this demon in you that just will not come out, then why not go to Elfhelm? So it's actually, so the motivation was not going to Elfhelm to cure Casca or her sanity. Is because he goes to Elfhelm to literally to get rid of this inner demon. Like, because it's literally almost trying to kill her. Like, it's like the equivalent of Reagan trying to get rid of Pazuzu type shit. Like, that in itself will be so perfect. Like, mwah, it'd be beautiful. He's literally trying to get rid of his demon, this monster that's in him, because he literally cannot control it anymore. It's out of control. And then the Berserker armor only amplifies it. Where now, every time when he's asleep, every time he's like chilling, like daydreaming or sleeping, when he's not active, his mind is shut off, the demon comes in and starts controlling the Berserker armor. And was this fucking close to kill one of his friends. And once he snapped back, he's like, oh fuck. And tries so hard to hold it back. Like, dude, that'd be so fucking perfect. So it'd basically be like the Hulk, or like the werewolf controlling your werewolf form, controlling Guts' like werewolf form, basically. Except it's a berserk controlling his berserker armor, this inner demon that's inside of him that's so desperately trying to kill everyone, kill all his friends and family, because they're all holding him back of to achieving his revenge. That he keep promising him that it will work, but in reality is after he confronted the Guts and the elf hound, he tried to kill him, didn't do dick. But the wolf keep on convincing him, nah, nah, nah. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. You had me control. It was different. Like, oh, it'd be so poetic. Because that's how hatred is. Hatred just will not stop. It won't just chill. Hatred will just build up and build up and build up. Because Guts is one of those characters who's just like suppressed his emotions and try to jam it in a jar. So now this jar is like breaking apart because there's so much rage, so much emotion that's built up and built up that you just cannot control anymore. It's like fucking a leash, basically. Like, oh, it'd be so good if they did, if they'll do something like that. That's what I think that they should do, in my opinion. But whatever. So let me know your guys' thoughts on that. If you guys think that's a cool ass idea, or do you think it caused some plot or doesn't make any sense wise? Okay, fair point. But yeah. All right. Well, I hope you guys really like this video. If you guys do, you know what to do. Like, comment, and support the channel and stuff. I'm still working on the horror western and stuff. I'm so excited because I'm a bit almost done with it. And I also made, since I was such a big fan of the show, or the Berserk, I actually made a Berserk action figure. I don't know if you see that. Yeah, I was super happy how this looks and stuff. Alright. Laters.